Orale, Cholo Trucker. Shout outs to everybody who's watching. We're on actually a few different platforms, man. So shout outs to everybody who's watching on Stress Chingones Boxing. Shout outs to anybody who's watching on Cholo Trucker. And shout outs to everybody who's watching on Mile High Hustle. Speaking on Mile High Hustle, this dude, man, I don't know if he jumped into the pool of the movie Cocoon because this Vato's just moving smooth in that ring and getting younger and younger while the rest of us are keep getting older and older, man. Let's go ahead and bring in my boy, my brother from Mile High Hustle, Woman's Conrad.
Good, brother. Thank you for having me on, man. Blessed to have be here, bro.
Nah, man, thank you for making us look bad, Holmes. You know what I mean? We're all getting older, but you're getting younger, carnal. So, you're being blessed with youth, homie.
Uh,
but
God has definitely blessed me. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's youth, but I definitely don't feel 50, brother. I don't know what 50 is supposed to feel like, but people like you, bro, inspire me. I watch how you train, bro, and before you fought Buzz, I didn't know anything really about you, about the life you lived. And then I seen you swimming from Alcatraz. I seen you doing all this stuff. So that stuff right there inspires me, bro.
yeah, I'll tell you this, dog. Before we get into it, shout out to everybody who's in the chat, man. Before we get into your fight, um, you know, I kind of the way I looked at things I've done, right, and here in my 40s, I'm like, damn, man, I really could have done so much when I was young, but like you, I spent a lot of my life, especially my youth, just doing a bunch of dumb things, and I've always been an athletic person. I just never did anything with it, carnal. And now I look at it and I'm like, damn, man, look at this. Who knows what I could have done, right? Or maybe I couldn't have done anything. Maybe I would have fell short on everything. Who knows? But the thing is, the worst thing, and that's why I tell youngsters, the worst thing in life is not knowing. When you tried and when you gave it everything you got and you came up short, that's not the worst thing because at least you're like, okay, I gave it everything I got and I came up short, but now I know. The worst thing is I never tried and now I'll just never know. That's the worst thing, brother. That is the worst thing, man. But when it comes to you, tell us a little bit about you falling in love, man. Just finding this passion at such an old age. I mean, I've been in the ring a few times, and it's cool. I enjoy it. I don't think I really found the passion the way you did. Like, what was it about it that you found a passion? And did you ever think like, nah, I'm a little too old to be doing this, man. Maybe I shouldn't.
Like you were saying earlier, brother, that not knowing. I remember when I first got out of the Pinta, bro, and we were watching some UFC fights, right? And he's been known for somebody that always had a little reputation and not trying to brag. And then one of my nephews was like, Uncle, you should try that. And I remember telling him, I'm like, man, these dudes are already so far on that mountain, right? I don't think I could reach that pinnacle, right? And that what you said earlier, that not knowing, brother, that my biggest failures are knowing I never tried, right? Um, so I've always known about the House of Pain boxing gym, right? This gym has always been synonymous with tough fighters. And there was times I wanted to walk in there, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I couldn't. I didn't do it. And I told some of my friends that trained there, I said, you want to know why? I said, because my ego couldn't take the hit, right? My ego couldn't take the hit of getting my ass whooped and handled in that gym. Uh, let's be honest, when you walk in gyms like that, brother, and you go into places like that, you can think you're the baddest walked around, and you're gonna get served, bro. Some of those dudes, they live it, right? They breathe it. Um, and I think at my older age, I'm able to, and thanks to Mikey and Chicano too, man, for bringing that platform along. I'll always owe him that. I'll always know that I got my start there. But that fight with Boxer, bro, that was really found me in a dark place in my life, brother. I just lost my mom. Um, I had let my body go. I was way out of shape. I seen Conejo and Tony throw down. I seen you and Buzz throw down. And I was like, man, I wanted to do that, right? And I called out another YouTuber, and not going to say no names, but it didn't happen. And then I was presented with the boxer fight, right? And I was like, all right, let's go. And he has a mystique about him, right? He had a mystique about him, and I wanted to really challenge myself. And so it got me in the gym. It got me training real hard. And one of my friends who trained there, he's actually a pro. Um, and shout out to my brother. You know what I mean? He was like, "Hey, bro, uh go look up my brother Steve Mestis, bro." He goes, "I like what you're doing. You definitely know how to fight." He goes, "But you're doing a lot of stuff wrong." He goes, "You do a lot of stuff good, but you do a lot of stuff wrong." So
Mm.
eventually I got up the stones enough to walk into that gym, bro. And my sister's knowing him. She's a friend. He's a friend of my sister's, longtime friend of the family. And finally got the stones to walk up in that gym, bro. And I knew I was gonna get, put through the mean grinder. There's no easy roads in there, right? The coach isn't. My coach is one of those dudes. He's a blood and guts. You sit there and tell him you're hurt, he's gonna be like, so. Like, let's go. This is boxing. Like, he's just one of those guys. He's just. I ain't gonna say heartless, but he bleeds it, right? And he's been in the ring. He's a boxer, and I didn't get an easy road. It just the more I trained with some of those dudes, and then I seen what they do because they work, like I said, with the they work with the at risk youth. So it's also a an at risk youth program, right? So there's a lot of kids in that program, and I hear a lot of autos that get on YouTube and they talk about wanting to help change people's lives, right? About that's what their YouTube channel's for, right? And I'm gonna be
Right.
honest with you, I don't think very many kids watch us and listen to us, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, and some of these stories that we tell in here, and I think we almost borderline glorify the street life, right? I got, that's what my channel was doing, and it got to a point where it was like, man, what are you doing? It's counterproductive. I didn't feel very good about myself. But when I started working with these youth, um, and started going in there and seeing these kids put their all into it, and a lot of them would see how I worked, like I would have people like, man, you work hard, like you're a hard worker. It would open up the conversation, right, to some of these kids that I would be like, hey, man, push as much as if you love this, push as much as you got. Don't, because like you said, the worst thing is not knowing, right? Not knowing what you could have been. We talked about that when I told you my coach asked me if he thought I would have been a champion at a younger man, and I said no because I didn't have the mindset, right? And it's all
Right.
here. You have to before this runs everything, right? This and your corazon, it runs your body, and you quit here first before anywhere. So I didn't have that. I didn't have that then. I didn't have that. So now at an older age, I'm able to still be coached, right? I've always been a coachable person. And I just found love with the people in there, brother, earning the respect through blood and guts and getting the piss beat out of me by some of those guys. With the money I earned from that boxer fight, I was able to donate to the gym. And I think a couple of the coaches thought I was there just to take, right? I even had one coach that I became real close with. He's like my brother Donald Pierce. And this dude used to beat the piss out of me in the ring, bro. He used to and he's mean, bro. He's mean. He's one of those guys. He makes you think if you really want to keep doing this, right? He's one of those dudes you can hit him hard. He'll shake his head. He'll laugh at you. He'll spit blood. He'll be like, come on, let's go. He'll call you names. He likes to talk a lot. He gets in your head. And he even told me one day, he was like, I didn't like you when you came in here. And I said, I know. I know. You know what I mean? And he was like, it's not because you're a bad person. He goes, I started seeing your work ethic and I fell in love with it, bro. And I see how you are with these kids. And he goes, and what really changed my mind about you is when you donated that bag rack. He goes, because a lot of people say they're going to do stuff and they don't do it. And he goes, and I put my heart into some of these guys. You got to understand, Conrad, I put my heart into some of these guys. And next thing you know, they leave the gym and they're at another gym. And I'm standing across the ring from them and they're like, F you, this and that. And he goes, and that wears on me, bro. He goes, that wears on me. So I really pay attention to who I put my time into, and I really protect my heart. And this brother, man, it's crazy how God works. I used to do ministry before all this, bro. And after my mom died, I stopped. And I had to really learn how to come to a humbling place with my heart, bro. And um, he one day he told me, he goes, bro, I was gonna off myself, bro. And because of you, I didn't do it.
Mhm.
And I was like, what? And me, honestly, I didn't know what I did, brother. Like, that's not me. That's God. I can't take. I'm like, what? And then like a couple weeks later, he said, hey, I'm gonna give my life to Christ, bro. He goes, will you go with me to get baptized? And I was like, wow, man, I was honored. And it just made me know I'm in the right place, right? I'm in the right place. And I found love with everybody in there that just, man, just gives their all. It's a brotherhood, right? And that's something that we always looked for because I didn't have a father. I was raised in a single parent home. Um, that camaraderie, that's what I turned to gangs for, brother. That's what I used to turn to gangs for and the streets for, right? And like I tell everyone, I said, look, I went looking for a fight and I found a family, right? And it's just crazy how God works. So I kept going, man. I just want to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what God's going to do with this. I still question. I ask God all the time, like, what are you doing? I know it's of Him because everything that just the timing and everything I'm blessed with. I'm blessed to meet brothers like you, Spanx, all these guys. Look, all these dudes came from YouTube. I got two brothers flying in here to watch me fight this weekend. They're gonna stay here at the casa. That's a blessing, brother. Like I didn't, I don't know what else to say. I'm humbled, right? I'm humbled by the whole thing. So to me, I'm gonna do it until the wheels fall off, and then when that's over, then we'll see what God has for me, man. Maybe I already got my corners license, so maybe coaching is in the future. But I'm just blessed to be in the right place, man.
You know, man, a lot that you said right there. Couple of things that stood out, right? One of them is purpose. How you talked about homeboy that said like, you know what, I was getting ready to off myself. It reminded me, not probably not quite to that extreme, but Coach Delbert, who trained me with along with the G Unit twins, when he went to the gym when the G Unit twins were little kids. Coach Delbert, he's not married, he doesn't have a family like that or anything, and he puts the mitts on and he has the kids just hit it, pa 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 pa, and immediately he just said like, "Thank you, God, thank you." Like he found purpose in that. I'm not saying he was suicidal or anything like that, but he was an older man. He didn't have a lot of family. He doesn't have much going on, when it comes to family and sporting events or anything of that sort. His boxing coaching days at the gym where he trained at were kind of behind him. But when he started training with the little kids, right, he was like, "Thank you, God." It gave him purpose. God almost kind of reminds me of when Mickey told Rocky, kid, as you get older, you start losing family, you start losing friends, and at some point you think about like, what the heck am I sticking around for, And then he tells Rocky, but with you, kid, with you, I have a reason to keep going on. I have a reason, you start finding purpose in it. And I mean, like boxing, fighting, combat is kind of like that ultimate male camaraderie, man. Whenever it gets like real physical, and to me, it was just kind of, hey, look, just go in there and give it everything you got. Getting to the training to through all of it. There's a lot of dudes from the streets, right? Even homeboys of mine and everything, where it's like, oh, hey, homie, I'll ride till the wheels fall off. I will ride till the wheels fall. It's like, yes, you will ride till the wheels fall off. But let's be honest, Holmes, you probably only have one good wheel. You know what I mean? You're rolling on like three flat tires already. You know what I mean? Like if something does go down, yeah, I get it. You will go till you can't go anymore. The thing is, you can't go that much, Carnal. Hit a treadmill, hit a punching bag. Get yourself in some sort of shape, man. I'm not saying you need to be some sort of Spartan or anything, but I want men to kind of find themselves, dog, and kind of, you know, you don't need to have this huge physique or anything, but get in some sort of shape, man, at least to keep yourself healthy enough, because you get so many of these guys that talk about, you know what, I don't care, I'll ride till the wheels fall off. Dog, your wheels are pretty much already off. Before the race even starts, your wheels are already kind of falling off, dog. So yeah, I get it. You're gonna ride till you die, but you're already half dead. So um now I see you, dog. And I ain't gonna lie, homie. I see it in your physique, homie. Your physique is different. Your body, dog. It's changed. From when I first saw you to now. I'm like, oh yeah, dog. This guy's putting in the work. You could just see it on this dude, man. Are you in the best shape that you've been in quite a few years?
Absolutely, brother. You know this already when we first met, and I went into a couple of those fights injured, right? Um,
Mm,
so you know, I stopped smoking. I was still smoking marijuana up until shoot, up until my last fight, brother, when I fought with that one arm. Um, I stopped, bro. I don't know what it was. I just stopped. I was like, I'm done with this. I was praying for my daughter, and I finally was just like, I think I'm done. I got the flu a while back, and I had a hard time getting over it. And I kept getting in my sauna, and I was coughing, and one of the YouTubers was like, "Bro, you need to take care of yourself, bro." He was like, "You got a lung problem," and he was giving me some tips, right? The older gentleman, a very good friend of mine, and he was like telling me, and I had to really think about it, bro. And I stopped. Hey Denise, I stopped smoking, and I was like, I gotta really start pressing in, bro. So I cut out a couple bad things in my life that were really hindering me, stuff that I had tried to before, and my lungs feel great, bro. I feel like I've been running 5 miles. I wasn't even able to do that when I was fighting boxer. When I fought any of those guys, I couldn't. The most I could go was 2.5, maybe 3. If I really pushed myself, my heart rate would get way up there. I'd get in like the 170 range, right? Of the heart rate. Um, Now I'm doing fives and on an incline and with I'm getting in the fives. My heart's only getting up to like 160 max. And when I go to rest, when I'm getting in my resting area, it drops to like 146 pretty quick. You know what I mean? So my resting heart rate's dropping quicker. I know I'm in way better shape. Like I said, I don't know what 50 is supposed to feel like, but I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm still an athlete. I see myself as still an athlete. Um, the dudes I spar are, younger than me. My brother, Chewy, he's 35, 36. I think Gabe is 17 years old, and look out for Gabe, man. Gabe's gonna be a force. I'm telling you, that's little Andy Ruiz right there. And
mm,
I'm able to still get in there and compete with these young men, right? I'm still able to get in there with compete with them. And in the smaller ring, it's hard because they're so big, and it's a little harder because the inside fighting isn't really my thing. But it forces me to fight where I really don't want to be. But I'm still able to compete, man. I feel like, once my coach tells me, "Hey, bro, you lost a step. You're not moving the same." He watches. He sees it, and he tells me, he's like, "Bro, you're so coachable." He's like, you do you listen, bro. I don't have to get on you. You work." He goes, "You know how to. You hear me when I tell you to do something. You do it." Um, when I tell you to go run your miles, because I see him get on some fighters, bro. He gets on them, and he goes, "I don't have to do that with you. With you." He goes, "You're a dinosaur, bro." And he goes, "You're fighting Father Time, Conrad." He goes, "And nobody beats Father Time." He goes, "But you still have tread on the tires, brother. You still have a lot of tread on those tires." So
yeah.
I'm grateful for these guys, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know what, man? First of all, if anybody's wondering, I'm in a hotel room. This isn't my this isn't my room. I'm on the road, man. But you know what? I wanted to touch on that, big dog, because you said something right there um, that really caught my attention. Okay, being coachable, dog. That is so damn important. You know, before before anybody wants to uh wants to look for Mr. Miyagi, be sure that you're willing to paint the fence, sand the floor, paint the house, wax on and wax off the cars. Make sure you're willing to do that before you start complaining about, oh man, I need a Mr. Miyagi in my life. No, you need to be coachable. You need to be a not complaining, anything, whatever they ask, I'll do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And some. Being coachable is so important. And at an older age, at an older age, that could be kind of tough. It's kind of tough when you're trying to teach young kids, in their teenage years or something. But it gets a lot tougher, man, when you're, dealing with adults. And it's like, okay, now I got to coach a dude who's in his 40s, a dude who's 50 years old. How do I talk to him? Hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that, right? He can't, he's your coach, but how are you going to receive it? And I remember it was Coach Art and Coach Dalbert, but I just told him, hey, look, man, I'll just do, whatever you guys say, I'll do it to the best of my ability, man. And if it's not good enough, tell me to do it again, and let's just keep going. And God bless them, man. They didn't take it easy on me, and I'm glad that you're coachable, brother. And it shows. It shows that you are in your work and being in there. You're like a cat, dog. Serio, man. You're like a cat, so smooth in there, man. And that jab comes out of nowhere. Believe me, dog. My left eye knows all about that. All right, man. So let's talk about your fight, homie. So this is actually a professional fight. All the other one, okay. So all the other ones were what, semi-professional. What were those compared to this?
Those are semi-pro, so those were 3 minute, 3 rounds, 2 minute rounds.
Okay.
No headgear, 12-ounce gloves. This one is a full pro, so it's going to be 4 rounds, 3 minutes,
All right.
10-ounce gloves. Little gloves, man. They're small. They're tiny, bro. They're
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. So gosh darn it, man. Okay. So how did you come up with this fight? Who got you this fight? Let's take us through the genesis of that, and why did you decide to say, like, I'm down with this? Let's go 4 rounds, 3 minutes, which is a big jump. For those that don't know, man, that is a big jump from 3 2-minute rounds to 4 3-minute rounds. That's a world of difference in conditioning right there.
Yeah. So my coach is also my promoter and my manager. He's also my manager and my promoter. Um, he just said basically, I don't think there's nothing for you at Pro Am, Conrad. He goes like, I don't think any of these guys got anything for you. It's a waste of time. You know what I mean? You could be a legendary pro am or you can be a legendary pro, brother. And he goes, and I think you're ready to go pro. I think you can do it. Um, and he presented this gentleman, Dante Mendoza. He's 20, I want to say he's 26 or 27 years old. Big kid. I think he's about 280. He's 6'2". We're about the same size. Haven't seen him in person. He has done some, I think he's 3-3. Um, he has, his last fight was a bare knuckle fight and he fought a guy who actually fights on the BKE. He's a pretty good fighter. He just lost on BKE. The guy he ended up losing to. So he's definitely got some experience. I know his coaches from they're from a small town in I want to say it's not Longmont. They're from out there in Fort Morgan, right? Fort Morgan Gladiators. So I know his coach real well. His coach is actually one of my teammates' brothers, and they're just a Market. The Marcus family is synonymous with boxing out here in Colorado, right? He's got both coaches were both pros. I think all three of them, the cousins, the grandma fought, the mom fought, the grandpa fought, the dad. They're it's a family full of fighters, right? So he's very well coached. Um, yeah, man, I'm excited. You know, if my coach says it's a good fight, let's do it. Yeah, my coach believes in me. I don't make the choices, right? My coach points them out, and I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. Um, I do need a face, right? For me, I don't know why, but it's just me. I have to put somebody in my mind to really get that motor started, right? Because he was like, let's start training, and I didn't really have no face, right? I didn't have no face. Um, my coach had lost his mother this past couple months, so my coach was kind of out of the gym for about a month and a half of this training. Um, he's hurting real bad. You know what I mean? So salute to my coach Steve, man. I know how he feels, right? So it was tough, man. Once I got a picture in my head of who this young man was, we got to work, right? I can't just because my coach ain't there, I can't be like, oh, the work don't need to get done, right? The work still needs to get done. I know what to do. I don't need my coach to push me to do anything. I know how to train. Um, Now, when he gets there, which he actually did, he's been back in the gym for a little over the month. and probably about the last 5 6 weeks. And his uh his fire is different than my fire, right? I could put myself in my fire and think I'm working hard, and then he ups it, right? He ups the ante and really puts me through the ringer. So we just got done with How Week, and man, I'm just blessed. I let him make all the decisions. I just listen to what he says, man. He's the boss in there.
All right. So when it comes, okay, so your opponent comes from a straight fighting background. So
Absolutely.
all right, so he grew up in this. He's how old is he again?
I think he's 27. I want to say 26 or 27. So he's about half my age, about as young as my son.
Right, right. But you guys are somewhere around the same size.
Yeah, yeah. He's got about 40, 45 pounds on me probably, but I've always been the underweight guy in all my fights.
Yeah, yeah, man. You fought some pretty big boys, man. This guy sounds like he's the real deal, dog. And I remember you telling me like, hey, you know what? You feel like you really need a challenge. You really need to get it. And this might be the guy to do it. Maybe, maybe not. Have you seen this guy in action at all? You said he's 3-3, so he's got some experience, dog. I mean,
Yeah.
is there any video on this guy that you've seen?
I did watch him spar on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. One of his friends released it, one of his training partners or somebody, the guy he sparred. I don't know if he was supposed to release it, but he did. Because they had a couple other guys filming, but the friend released it. I watched him sparring with it. He is a southpaw. He's a southpaw. He's a lefty. Got a pretty decent jab. He fights out of he likes to fight Philly, kind of fights out of the Philly, kind of like me, but a lefty. And it's crazy because I've been training with a couple brothers. We got a couple brothers out here that I call them the Colorado Diaz brothers, right? They're uh they're two brothers, man. They've been fighting since they were kids. So my brother Juan is probably one of the slickest southpaws I've ever seen, man. He's a cruiserweight. It's not the size of this young man, but he's fast and he's slick, bro. And believe me and this guy got some rounds in, and he put a pummeling on me a couple times, right? He put a pummeling on me. He's just super slick, super fast with the hands. I had to really have my defense real good. We worked on keeping our hands up, making sure we were not admiring our work, right? So sometimes I fall in love with my work. I'll hit at somebody with the shot and I'll like sit there and watch instead of following up with two or three. And what one punch isn't gonna do it, man. When you're at the pros or anything like that, you definitely gotta do punches and bunches. So yeah, we just worked on a lot of that. So I feel like I worked with somebody that's faster than this young man, probably slicker than him. But we don't know till we get in there, right? I've seen a little bit of film, but what can you really tell from that? Um, I'm definitely going to push the pace on him. I'm definitely with the bigger guys. I like to try to push the pace and make them probably dance quicker than they want to dance. And I think that takes the steam off of them in that first round. It's going to be Hal for the first 3 minutes, right? It's going to be Hal for the first 3 minutes. Got to be real slick with my defense. Um, so I think once we get him into that 3 minutes, I could take him into deep waters and try to drown him, right?
Yeah, I I don't I mean I don't want you to give up too much, but because this is a longer fight and you got 3 minutes instead of 2 minutes and an extra round to work with on this, have you switched up anything on your training? I mean, I know you trained like a dog already, but has there been anything strategically that you've been training on to for the extension of this fight if it goes the full distance?
We just worked on our defense, on our boxing, right? Our boxing ability. I feel like when I get in that ring, I try to take control of it. I try to make sure I control the ring. I can control the distance. I feel like I have great timing, right? I could either be the offensive guy or the defensive, the counter puncher, right? I could fight off the back foot or the front foot. Um, I think wherever it goes, I'm gonna be fine. But as far as the longevity of the fight, I just been running longer, right? I've been doing the Airdyne bike, so we were doing 7 rounds on the Airdyne bike. So if you guys don't know, Airdyne bike is basically the bike where the wind bike where you go. So we go for like a minute, you rest for a minute and a half, and then you go as hard as you can for a minute. So we do 7 rounds like that. Man, it takes a lot out of you. So we worked on that, just a quick burst. And then after we'd get off the airdyne bike, we'd do shadow boxing. And then we would do the long hauls, right? The long cardio, right? Long cardio sessions, which were the 5 mile sessions, typically take me about an hour. And just worked on our breathing, man. I feel like my breathing is so much better now that I'm not smoking. And I think I got enough gas in the tank. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got enough gas in the tank.
Well, one thing that I think where you could keep really good reserves on your energy, man, um, is that you stay calm in the ring. You do, man. I see you, and you're always calm in there. Now, people don't may not know this, but if you're not calm in there, it can really drain you as the fight goes on. If you're a little bit too antsy, if you're overthinking, it starts draining you. It starts draining you, and you, brother, you are always just calm, cool, collective in there. What do you think he's gonna bring to the table, dog? Do you think he's gonna try to rush you? Do you think he's gonna try to get you out of that calm mind and try to, make it a little bit more chaotic in there and try to, knock you off your game? What do you think he's gonna bring to you?
I think he's gonna try to outslick me and outbox me, but I never know, right? You never know with somebody as big as he is, as much body weight as he got. I think if he goes in there and tries to just throw it all in, just goes all out blitz, it's going to be a long night for him. Then he's going to really gas himself, right? He's gonna take that wind out of him. You start seeing people when they do that. I felt like when me and Snowman fought, I felt like he did that, right? I felt like he wanted to press the action, like he had something to prove in there. I think he was really trying to show his skills, and he came hard, bro. He came hard, but I also seen at the end of the fight he was tired, he was gassed. I seen it. I seen it in his face. Um, I think if those would have been longer rounds, he would have been in trouble, right? Because he did
Mm.
blitz so much. I seen him looking at the clock. Um, I wasn't in the best shape either, but he had just came off the couch, right? He had just came off the couch. Him being in shape would have been a very scary, scary thought. Um, we don't know. Like I said, I don't know until I get in there. I feel like my calmness is probably one of my best attributes, able to stay calm under fire and really be able to fight anywhere in that ring, anywhere the boxing match goes. I feel like I'll be all right. I felt like I've fought bigger and better guys that are inside, the guys that I fought, the pedigree of dudes that I spar on a daily basis are, I just think far superior than what he brings to the table. No disrespect to him. I just truly believe that. And he lives in a small town. I don't know if he's able to get that kind of sparring, right? It's hard to find good heavyweights. And I'm just so lucky to be part of a gym where we have, at least 4 or 5 of them that are pretty much good heavyweights. And some of our sparring matches, man, they could be they could be actually paid fights. So um, I'm just blessed to have those guys, right? I'm blessed. I feel confident when I go in the ring with anybody, just knowing that I've been put through the ringer, that I've literally fought the very best. I think when you interviewed me after the boxer, you said, how do you get ready? And I said, there's no sugarcoating. You got to go in the gym and get your ass beat. You gotta really be willing to get your ass beat, and I think that's what gets you ready, right? Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, shouts to Snowman from Fontana. Yeah, that's a big
That's
dude.
my
He
brother.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, that guy's got some skills. But if he if
He's
he
bad.
got himself if he got himself in shape, that's a scary man right there. That is a scary man, dog. So yeah,
Yes,
shouts
he
to him,
is.
man. Shouts to that brother right there. So all right, here we are, fight week. Uh, what? How can we watch this, comrade? Is how many fights are on this card? Is there any broadcast? I mean, I know you're gonna show it, but is there a broadcast that we could watch this? It's a professional ranked fight, so I
Yes.
mean, how can one tune into this?
So there's gonna be Purple Pass, and I think these guys that run the YouTube channel, it's a Brazilian, their Colorado Jiu Jitsu channel. They broadcast it, right? So they broadcast it on their YouTube channel, and I think they're selling the link on Purple Pass. I have ordered it one time before. I think I'm almost sure I seen it on the flyer, and I'm pretty sure I got a flyer right here. Yeah, so it's a Purple Pass. That's that P. Let me see. Let me get that P right in there. Purple
Hmm.
Pass. So once I let me get the link from my coach and I will post it. Look, there's your boy right here. Man,
I
no
like
man,
I like the nice little Photoshop on that dog. You know, makes you look a little younger. I tell you, you look like a gallo, homie. Good stuff,
uh,
Holmes.
yeah, that's the coach, man. The coach builds all that stuff. So he does
Okay.
all the work on that. But they are going to sell it on Purple Pass. I think I want to say it's like 19 bucks. It's like 19 bucks. There's going to be 12 fights as far as I know of it. You know, we weigh in Friday, so I don't know how many are going to fall out. We do have some, man, I'm fighting fifth on the card from what the coach says. I'm fighting fifth on the card. Um, there's going to be some awesome fights. Gino's fighting. We got some great fighters coming, some up and coming fighters. I want to say there's going to be a couple pros that are going to be there. They're bringing their fighters in. What's that brother's name? He's a Puerto Rican, the one who fought Canelo. Uh, he just lost
Uh,
to the guy from he lost to the Middle Eastern dude that just recently got knocked out.
he fought Canelo, the Boricua guy. Um,
Yeah,
oh
the one
shoot.
Oscar was making fun of and telling him he's not Puerto Rican.
Oh,
Oscar
oh,
was calling
Berlanga. I
Berlanga. Yeah,
forgot. Yeah, yeah,
Berlanga's bringing
Berlanga.
one of his fighters out. I want to believe one of Berlanga's fighters is coming out here to fight on the card. I think Berlanga will be there
Okay,
at the fight card. So we're gonna it's gonna be on Purple Pass. I will share the link. I will get the link out to everybody. It's gonna be a great night of fights. You know, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited.
okay, all right. Going into this fight, are you going in, scoping this dude out to see what he does in the first round? Do you have your game plan? I mean, I don't want you to put your game plan out there, but do you
No,
have a
no,
game plan? Are you trying to
yeah,
scope this dude to see what he has?
we're gonna go out there and establish our jab right off the bat, brother. I'm gonna go out in the middle of the ring and I'm gonna establish my jab and I'm gonna move around the ring like I own it. I'm gonna do what I do. I don't think there's really nothing he's gonna do that's gonna surprise me. Um, I'm gonna box his ears off, bro. I think I'm the better boxer. No matter what the age is. I think I'm the better athlete. I think I got him in movement. Um, I just got to be real disciplined with my defense, right? Head movement. I got to have my head off the center. I got to really, the smaller gloves do make a difference. You get caught. 280-pound boy, you know what I mean? Hit you with those 10-ounce gloves with a cast inside. It's going to hurt, right? It's going to hurt. It's not 16 ounces, but, yeah, I just got to be real disciplined. I'm going to establish my jab. I'm going to take the center of the ring and I'm just gonna box. I'm gonna box his ears off. He's gonna get body shotted a lot. He's gonna, I'm gonna control the ring. I'm gonna control the ring the whole time.
Okay, okay. Do you want, homie? Do you want a good fight, or would you just like to dominate the guy?
If I could dominate him and that's what he gives me, yeah, I'll take it. But at the same time, man, we talked about this the last time, right?
Yeah,
Before I hang
yeah.
it up, I need to have that probably that gaudy work moment, right? That one that really checks you deep down and lets you, it's nut check time. You really want this? Shit, get up. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, if he's that dude, then so be it. I accept it, right? I'll accept him. I'll meet him in the middle of the ring, and we can go chingazos. I'm not I'm not opposed to that. You know what I mean? I'm a fighter at heart, brother. I love boxing. Don't get me wrong. I feel like my boxing pedigree's up there. I felt like I've changed as a fighter from the time I first fought boxer. I think I look way different now. I think it's a completely different fighter. Um, I didn't look the best against him. You could see me. I couldn't throw uppercuts. The hooks weren't looking good. The tricep was tore up in that one. I was throwing them short right hands. Um, it's not going to be the same. It's not the same fighter. My styles have changed quite a bit. So if he brings that, I'll definitely accept it, man. It's going to be a long night. I'm okay with that, right? It's going to be what we got 12 minutes of hell, you know. 12 minutes of hell, and I feel like I can do anything for 12 minutes, right? I feel like I can do anything for 12 minutes unless the young man gets me and gets to knock me unconscious, which I've never had nobody do that. Don't get me wrong, I've been put on Queer Street more than once, but I've never been knocked out. So um I accept that, man. If that's what he brings to the table, then let it be. You know, let it be. Let's find out who's chingon, right?
Man, I'm excited for this, dog. I'm excited for this. So what time does this start?
Opening bow is going to be at 7:30, so it'll be 6:30 your time.
Hmm.
This Saturday. So 6:30 for all my brothers in California. It'll be at 6:30 in the Denver Metro. It'll be Mountain Time. It's going to be 7:30. The bow start. My fight will probably jump off around 9:30. It's gonna be a full night of fights. Probably card will go all the way to 11. So 10 o'clock your time in the East, probably 1 o'clock. So man, everybody show up, man. Show up. If I seen a brother say he's gonna pirate it. If you're gonna pirate it, go ahead, pirate it, brother. I'm not the streamer, so it's all good, man. Hey, I'm not mad at you, bro. That's part of the game. Shit,
Uh,
tap in, man. I'm
are you
I'm
gonna
looking
be
just to
live? Are you gonna be showing it live
my
on
yeah,
your?
yeah, I'll go live too.
Okay,
I'll go live. Hopefully, I'll be able to. Hopefully my tripod gets there in time. I did order a big tripod so we can set it
okay.
up. So, StreamYard, man, for some reason, StreamYard has been real shitty lately. I had to get rid of it, and the camera quality, for some reason, I don't know what's wrong with it, but the camera quality has not been great. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard lately. I got rid of it because I was like, man, I'm paying all this money, and when I go live, the camera quality's horrible. And then when I
Mm.
do it on another phone and like the quality's night and day, right? If I don't go live and I just film it, it comes out beautiful. So I'll probably
Yeah,
do it and I'll just do it straight off the YouTube stream. But yeah,
I saw that quality on your last one when you did the Facebook and the StreamYard. I went ahead and called the Facebook fight that you had, or
I
the
seen that.
fight that you had. I was just like, yeah, man, all right, my boy's in there getting down, doing his damn thing, man. So, hey, look, comrade, man, brother, I tell you this, Carnal, I'm proud of you, man, and I'm rooting for you, brother, and I hope for as long as you go, or who knows, maybe this might be your last fight where you're like, you know what? I think I got everything I was looking for in this fight. For as long or short as this goes, brother, you know, I'm rooting for you, Carnal. And I'm rooting for you outside of the ring as well, just as a man, just for your life. Um,
Appreciate that.
like you said, you don't know what 50 is supposed to feel like. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing because you're showing us what 50 should feel like. So many people tell themselves they're old, right? When they're in their 40s, when they hit 50, and you may be older. Aren't we all older every single day? We're always a day older, right? But what's it supposed to feel like? Maybe it's not supposed to feel like, I can't get up, off the couch, man, without some help. And nah, dog, maybe we're supposed to be, still moving around and doing, you know, living our best lives, dog. You know what I mean? And still be somewhat athletic. I don't think we're supposed to be just all tirados and sitting on the couch and can't barely move. I think you're showing what 50 is really supposed to feel like. So I'm glad, dog. I'm glad that you're doing
Appreciate that.
this because I'm like, you know what? I'm not at 50 yet. I'm a few years away from that. But when I'm 50, I want to be moving like you. You know what I mean? I don't want to be moving like so many other people. When I was growing up, they were 50 and they're completely shot out. And they're like, man, when you get to be my age, that's it. It's over, man. It's like, good gosh, dog, you're basically just walking into a grave now because you turned 50. But you, homie, I look at you and I'm like, you know what? When I turn 50, that's exactly how I want to be. I want to be moving like that. I still want to be living my best life, dog, at 50. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad that you're doing this, brother. And I hope that you get everything that you got coming to you, that you work hard, um, because you're earning it, dog. You're earning it,
Absolutely.
you know? So I'm very, very proud of you, brother. But,
I appreciate
comrade,
that, brother. Yes, sir.
my man, all right. So shoot me the link and I'll
For
go ahead
sure.
and I'll pin it. I'll pin it in the comment section for those that
Yes,
aren't
sir.
going to try to pirate it. And they could go check it out. Or and I'll also leave the link to Conrad's channel, man, so you guys can tap in and see.
I'll be honest, bro. If he does it on YouTube, the last time he did it on YouTube, you could share it. You could share it on your channel. It's a one-time link. It's not like it's a membership to
Okay,
his channel. I don't know if he knows how to do it. Um,
okay,
that's on him, brother. Like I said, so hey, I do got a fight shirt
yeah,
for you, brother. So this the House of Pain fight shirt. Got the House of
nice,
Pain fight shirt. Got the front logo, and then we had to do something special for for the Warriors in us, right? So we got the calendar with the
Colorado.
Colorado CSC in it, yeah. So
Okay,
and then I got my sponsors. I had to get my sponsors involved in it. My sponsors, shout out to my brothers, Exano's family, and Robinson Custom Cleaning. Exano's family, he
okay,
knows who he is. This is an East Los base right here. This is the Exano's family is East Los base, bro. He's been supporting me since the
nice,
very beginning. My brother Carlos, and very blessed to have him in my corner, man.
yeah,
Very blessed. So I'm blessed for all the
nice,
friends I made on this thing. I'm blessed for all the just like you, man. Those were kind comments. I appreciate you, brother. You inspire me. Iron sharpens iron, brother. I know you're cut from that cloth. I see it in you. I was honored to share the ring with you, brother. And like I said, no Flames Trotter next. Yeah, brother. If he pulls up, that you know what I mean. No problems there. But that guy ain't gonna pull up. He's just gonna talk. He wants to sit here and downplay what everyone's doing good. Um, I was honored to share the ring with you, brother. Just to box. And when you told me what you told me before we got off, before we talked, before we went and shared that ring, uh, you said the only disrespect is you don't go hard, right? And I was like, man, that's a warrior, bro. That's a warrior. I respect that. I share a bond with you, brother, and I will always have that with you, brother. You have my utmost respect. I remember your coaches in there were looking at me like, you're getting in there with Cholo. And I looked at your coaches. I said, it's not my idea, bro. This ain't my idea. Like, don't be blaming me. But I, I was able to meet some good brothers from there too. That from your camp, Labito and everything. I support him on.
oh yeah,
I dig those young men. Right.
yeah,
The other one that I liked a lot, the Warzone boxing man. Shout out to my brothers at Warzone. They've been nothing but gentlemen. I feel like that's a second home to me. All the coaches there, Coach Fabian, Coach Mike, the whole family. Right. They've been just great. So salute to them. They got another fighter in there. What's his name? Castanova. Castanova, man.
Casanova.
That
Yeah,
he's a
that's my
badass,
boy.
bro. And
Ah, that's my boy right there, man. That's my boy.
yeah. And I didn't even know when I watched Soul Sounds live, right? Because Soul Sounds had a real good live and they had a different perspective of
Right.
the fight. And after the fight, it was funny because Casanova goes, "Oh, I got blood on my hand." He goes, "That ain't even my blood," and I don't even know where that blood came from. I don't know how that blood flew off. Everyone starts looking down to make sure they don't got no blood on them. I was laughing, man. That was crazy,
Yeah,
but it was a
Casanova.
blessing.
I call him my my little big homie. Because he's young, but he's a big dude, man. You
That's
know
a
what I
big
mean?
dude, brother.
He's a big
And
boy,
I
man.
guess those fights, from what Mikey was saying, that he said, man, those fights put a fire in him. Those those fights put a fire in him to get going again, right? And he
Yeah,
walked up to me and he was like, "Bro, you could box, bro." And I said, "I've only." He goes, "How long you been boxing?" I go, "A year." And he goes, "That's a year." And he goes, "How old are you?" I go, "50." He goes, "What?" He goes, "Oh my God, bro." He goes, like, "Keep going, bud." Like it like lit a fire in him. And I was like, right on, man. I appreciate. And that's coming from a pro, right? That's coming from somebody
yeah.
who knows what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I was there at his very first pro debut fight, man, and that kid can scrap, man. So blessings to him. I hope his career really starts taking off, man. He's a good
Absolutely.
dude, man. Good kid right there. Hey, Conrad, brother. Any last words? I'm gonna go ahead and share the links, pin in the comment
Yes,
section
sir.
once we're done here, man. So we can go check it out. You guys can go check it out on Conrad's channel, Mile High Hustle, as well. He'll be going live. I'll be tapped in. I'll be tuning in. That's for dang sure, brother. I'll be supporting you in spirit, homie. But any last words, brother? The floor is yours before we call it a night here.
All my family and friends, man, I love yous. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being my friends. I'm grateful for each and every one of yous, man. Even the ones that are haters. You know what I'm saying? even the haters, man. The haters put the fire in me, right? So that's all good, man. Respects to each and every one of you. I just want you all to know, man. Like I said, I there's a Bible verse that I really hold in my heart, and it's Philippians 4:13. It says, "I could do all things through Christ who strengthened me." Not some, not some, not most, all things. I give all glory to God. At the end of the day, no matter what, you see me always hit my knees and give all glory to my Lord and Savior. Because through Him, without Him, I'm nothing. You know, He's first in my life. I'm always going to be second. Um, and I'll play second fiddle to Christ for the rest of my life until I meet Him in at the end. So I'm grateful for all the friendships, all the blessings that YouTube has brought to me. My channel's changed for the better, man. And you know what? I don't plan on doing any more of these street things. Uh, I'm turned off to that stuff. That stuff don't move me no more. And I, 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 I'm ashamed of some of my life that I wasted on that. The time I wasted doing all that stuff, right? The time that I wasted living my life like that. And just want to let everyone know, man, 50 ain't a death sentence. You can go out. If God puts something in your heart to do something great, you ever want to take something up, don't ever put age on as a limit, right? Don't ever let nobody limit you or tell you can't do something. If something's in your heart, go out and do that, man. Do it at your best ability, man, and do it unto the Lord. And I promise you, it'll all work out at the end. I promise you. But I'm grateful for each and every one of you, and thank you guys for supporting me. Win, lose, or draw, we're gonna be there Saturday, and you know what? Just prayers for me and my opponent, man, that we both come out of this unscathed. And at the end of the day, it's a sport. I don't have no ill will towards this young man, but we're definitely going to get in there and throw some chingazos, right? And just may the Lord protect us both. That's it.
Amen to that. From your mouth to God's ears. That is my brother, Conrad from Mile High Hustle. You guys could tap into his channel. I'll leave the link pinned in the comment section. As always, familia, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you live, but loyalty makes family. So next time, this is Ed the Troll Trucker from Mile High Hustle. Tune in this Saturday. Tune in this Saturday to watch him throw down. Over and out.
Yes, sir.